Good morning students of class 9. Today we are going to learn about archaeological sources. Okay. In the previous video we have learned about literary sources like the four Vedas and the two epics which tell us about the social, religious, economic and political life of Vedic period. Okay. So in today's topic we are going to learn about archaeological sources. What are archaeological sources? That we know that tools, potteries and buildings, such kind of things, actually pottery, ornaments, jewelries, these kind of things are the example of archaeological sources. Okay. So the early Vedic period, in this period there was no use of iron. Okay. So we can say that iron was used in later Vedic period, and during the early Vedic period graveware pottery was used. Yes. And in the places like Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Jalandhar, uh, the graveware potteries were found. Yes. So by this we can say that pottery was used in just early Vedic period. Okay. And with the use of iron, with the use of iron, the Vedic people actually earlier they were leading a nomadic life, but the use of iron settled them and they started settled life. Okay. And after that they just started doing agriculture. Yes. And to look after the crops, just they settled at one place. Okay. And it happened in the latter Vedic period actually. Yes. So that's why we said in the beginning that the early Vedic period was not known for the use of iron, but in the latter Vedic period, when iron was used on large scale, people just started a settled life from nomadic ones. Okay. So in this way we can say later Vedic period was called Iron Age. Okay. So why we call later Vedic period Iron Age? Because the use of iron was on large scale. Extensively, the iron was used in the later Vedic period, and it changed the life of the people. Yes, we all know that during Harappan civilization, copper and bronze were used, which were just uh, uh, we can say the iron was just cheaper and harder than copper and bronze, and the use of iron was in different fields. And actually many tools were made by the iron, like axes, and axes were used to just clear the forests, and people just cut the forest and prepared the ground for cultivation. And after that agriculture was started on large scale, and different types of crops were grown, and due to surplus production of grain, people also started different occupations like weaving. Then other artisans and craftsmen also developed different kinds of use are of irons that we know today. As at present we know that industrialization has changed totally the civilization. Okay. The industries were set up just due to the iron. Okay. Because the machines are made up of iron, and different finished goods are just prepared in factories. And how these things that we use our in our daily life had changed our life. Yes. We started leading just comfortable life after that. So that's why, due to the different kinds of use of iron in different fields of life, which actually totally changed the life of people from Harappan to Vedic period. And that's why the Vedic period, actually the latter Vedic period, is known by the Iron Age. So this was the importance of iron. Okay, this is also called, iron was also called Krishna Ayas. Yes, Krishna means black, and Ayas, it means the metal. Okay, so this metal was called Krishna Ayas. Yes. Then remains of pottery found at different sites, and they also throw light on the lifestyle of Vedic people. Okay, and there were four kinds of pottery actually found in later Vedic period, and they were black and red ware, black slipped ware, painted grey ware, and red ware. Okay, and painted grey ware and grey painted grey ware and grey ware were smooth and fine. They were colorful, they were shiny actually, and the high quality clay was used in making painted grey ware and grey ware potteries. Yes, and these were used to just store the grains, and to serve the dishes, uh, like in plates or in balls we can say. Yes, so these were different uses of pottery in Vedic period. Okay, last important line is that um, widespread PGW, it means painted grey ware sites have been found in Uttar Pradesh, then Delhi, and the areas of Rajasthan, Punjab, and Haryana. Yes, and the northern black polished ware, NBPW, northern black painted polished ware, was glossy, it means shiny, and was probably used by the ruling classes. The bangles and the glass hoods found here may also have been used by the elite class, high class we can say. Yes, so in this way we have seen that different types of potteries were just used in Vedic period, and from ruling class, from elite class to common people, they just used it, and different kinds of potteries were there. So these potteries and the iron and its implements, like different tools, actually are the archaeological sources to know about the Vedic social life we can say, and economic life also it can just say about the economic life of people. Yes, and in this way we have just concluded our archaeological sources. Yes, in the rest topic will be discussed in the next video. Till then, goodbye, thank you.